Luckily, GM sells these frame sections. I just cut straight down on both sides. I have a GMC Yukon here. This one is actually going to be getting a new front frame section. It got hit down low in the bumper, bent up these brackets, which are not that big of a deal. But the problem is it somehow caught these pieces on the bottom and almost tore them off. You can see how it's torn out right here. This one's not as bad. This one's the worst. And as stout as these frames are, trying to get that to come back and straighten out, being high strength steel that they are, it just wouldn't happen. Luckily, GM sells these frame sections, and these are actually pretty straightforward and simple to do. It comes with a sleeve made in it.
Today's episode of Inside the Body Shop is brought to you by the author of the book Blue Collar Cash, my friend Mr. Ken Rusk. So Ken contacted me in early 2020, and he sent me a copy of his new book. And I went through it a few times, and I noticed that there's a lot of things in this book similar to how I've grown up, how I've lived my life, and it's worked very well for me. So I was very excited to help Ken get this message in this book out to lots of other people. Now that this book's been out for just over a year, Ken has partnered with an organization called Junior Achievement, which they have millions of students in the program, and their whole goal is to inspire young people to succeed, figure out what they want to do in life, what direction they want to go. We all know most high school students, and honestly a lot of college students, don't really know what they want to do for a career. And Ken and I's mission is to help give them direction, help them figure out what to do in life, what career is going to make them happy, make them good money. We know that society looks down on blue-collar careers. They view them as dirty, low-paying jobs. We know that's not true, but we have to get that message out to these young people so they know that they could do something that they will enjoy and also make great money at the same time for the next 30, 40, 50 years, however long their career is. Currently, if you pick up a copy of Blue Collar Cash, Ken is also going to donate a copy to a student in Junior Achievement, and it's going to put this book in somebody's hands who probably desperately needs this information. So pick up a copy today, whether it be for yourself or your kids or your grandkids, nieces, nephews, friends, whoever it might be. And you're also going to be helping out a student who desperately needs this information. Let's get back to the show.
So once I measure this out and make my cut, I just cut straight down on both sides, get this piece off, and this new section will actually slide inside the existing frame, and I'll weld all the way around once I get it measured out and sitting right where it's supposed to. And they even sell these with instructions, but it's pretty straightforward. So they have a bunch of different ways you could measure this out to find out where exactly to cut. I already measured this side and I made a couple marks, so I'm going to lay out my tape line to cut on, and I'm going to cut it, leave a little extra just so I can trim it back just to be safe so I don't cut too far. So I have this frame piece just sitting up in place right now, and I'm going to use our measuring system, and first I'm going to go ahead and match this to the vehicle. So I will go to 5 points in the center section of the vehicle, and then I'll match the system to the car. Then I'll be able to go to the front of the vehicle and measure that new frame section. Now I can come up to the front of the vehicle and I'll see exactly where this frame piece is sitting. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna have to trim the car back just a little bit because I think it's gonna be a little too far forward because I cut it a little long. But it's better to cut it long than too short. So it looks like, just like I expected, I'm gonna need to trim about 4 millimeters off of each of these. So I'm gonna lift this back off, and I'm gonna cover up our measuring ladder because I don't want to get any debris and mess up this track right here. And I'll go ahead and trim this back just a hair, about 4 millimeters. See here that I put a 45-degree bevel on the end of the frame rails as well as on the new piece. I'm going to change the way I have this set up just a little bit, then I'm going to sit my new piece back up in there. I have this one measuring out perfectly, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put some tack welds around each side just to lock it in place.